Hello everyone, welcome to Green Monday at a Time. It's the month of May and very busy in the allotment. Let's have a quick tour and see what's happening in the allotment. This is plot number 1 and the front section is full of berry bushes and they are all growing really well. You can see that this is the gooseberry bush and they were laden with flowers. And you can see a lot of fruits on it. Very thorny plant, so we have to be very careful when you're lifting and having a look inside. So they're not ripe yet, but these are the red ones, I suppose. When they become ripe, they'll become red. If they stay green, it's the green variety. And this is the black currant. I make a lot of jam out of this. This is fully laden with berries and they will be very popular with the birds around, and I'll harvest as much as I can. As you can see, there are big bunches of berries on it. Moving ahead, we have another gooseberry bush. I think this is the red one and the other one is a green variety. So I have two kinds in the allotment. I'm not sure which is which. So there's some fruits on this. Next to it are 2 rhubarb bushes, but they are not faring really well. This one, I thought I lost it, but it's come back. I'm not sure why it's so weak. It's been weak from the beginning, and again this one is not really flourishing. You can see the stems are very thin stems. If anybody knows what I can do, please do let me know. I actually feed them with horse manure once a year. The plot right behind rhubarb and the berries this year is beetroot. Very few germination. I sowed some seeds in February and these are the ones that sprouted or germinated, and then because they didn't germinate much, I have re-sown some. You can see the little germinated seedlings there, but very few germination. And I suppose in February we had a very quick frost, a sudden frost for a couple of nights, really cold nights, and I think that's the reason for the lack of germination. This is honeyberry. I'm very interested to see these fruits. I have never eaten them. The blue fruits, blue rectangular shaped fruits, when they are full-sized and ripened. The stems are really red, the green leaves and the blue fruit. Very beautiful bush. I'm waiting to try the fruit actually. I've not seen them in supermarkets either, so I'm excited. That box was supposed to be my lettuce or salad box. Back in March, I sowed a couple of seeds. All of them germinated very nicely. But as you can see, there's not even one plant in it. And I'm having a huge slug war this year because they're all eating them and there's nothing left in that box. This is methi or fenugreek plant. We harvest the leaves for salads and curries. Again, this one is something which the slugs don't attack, but I can see this year even that is being attacked by the slugs. There's spring onions. Okay, I'll harvest them as they're becoming big. This is goji berry. Not sure whether I'll get any fruits from them. I'm really not sure. This is the 3rd year. The plant is pretty healthy and they're growing very nicely, but I haven't seen any fruits on them. This is another bed which is supposed to be coriander. As you can see, there's none in there, or in fact you can see reminiscence of one plant left by the slugs and snails. So I've started to use bear traps, and you can see I've kept one, and if you're squeamish, please look away because there are some drunken dead slugs in there. This is a bed for squashes, summer squashes. I've prepared them back in February and is ready to be planted with squashes. My broad beans bed, so they have all flowered. These are dwarf broad beans, so they don't grow very tall. So they do need some support, but not like the full-sized broad beans. So this is a cosmos and another spinach. So they're all self-sown. So I'm not very strict with what grows in each bed. So if some are self-sown, it's fine for me. The broad beans are nicely flowered. And there's another bed of broad beans which is intersown with radishes. You can see this is also nicely flowering. So the bees, hope the bees will do their job of pollinating them. These are breakfast radishes, the variety called breakfast, French breakfast. So they will be harvested quite quickly before the plant actually grows much taller. So 2 beds with broad beans, and this is my shallots and carrot bed, but it doesn't look like, because there's millions of spinach and chard self-sown seeds in here. You might think why I'm not weeding them. I will weed them. These shallots are looking healthy. The bulbs have divided and the leaves are very healthy. Look at these leaves of the spinach and the chard. I'm leaving them in because I want to transplant them to another bed and use the rest of the seedlings as salad leaves, and then slowly I'll clear the bed to leave just the spinach and just the shallots and the carrots in them. So there are carrots, you might not be able to see, but there are carrots between the rows of, there's one, there's another one, between the rows of the shallots. I'm having a huge problem this year with carrots being eaten by slugs. For some reason, the slugs have left these carrots alone, probably because of the smell of onions. And if that's the reason, this is my way ahead for carrots. I will only sow them between my onions and shallots because they have been left alone. I've sown some California poppies on the side of the onion bed, and they have germinated along with loads of other weeds and spinach. So all through this section, in a line, I've sown California poppy on the side of the walkway or the pathway. There's more California poppy here. So I'm hoping they'll become big and fill this area. So I'll be weeding them very soon. And there's a nasturtium. That's again self-sown. I will leave the self-sown flowers where they are because it's good for bees, and the bees will come and pollinate for us. So this is a spinach bed, but these are the seedlings that I transplanted from the shallots bed, and they're doing pretty well. So I'm not going to sow new seeds. Instead, I'm going to use these self-sown seedlings and transplant them to the places where I need to fill space. Now there's 1 bed here and 2 beds there, all prepared and closed off, waiting for the kale seedlings. So I have 3 kinds of kales waiting in my greenhouse for those beds. This is purple sprouting broccoli. This particular one is looking really healthy, and I'll show you why as I move ahead. And that's another set of radish, just a very small patch, which I'll harvest soon. So this is a quick way to use the empty space around your seedling, so you can plant radishes or anything that you would pull out. So there are 5 seedlings here which are really healthy, but if you move to the right hand side of the bed, they are not that healthy. They are devastated by slug attack. You can see one there, another one there. Sorry if the net is not helping. Yes, so there's one there and there's another one there. The 5 seedlings on this side which are being munched by slugs. So I have kept bear traps yesterday, and it is catching slugs. So there's probably I might have to replace all of those seedlings on that side with something else. So there are 3 slug traps in this bed, and they are all have dead slugs in them, but it's not helping. This is a cabbage bed, And again, this also has a lot of slug attack. The green net is to keep white butterfly away. Oh, there's a little opening, and see, you can see that they are being munched by slugs. There's a self-sown beetroot, and I've used coffee grounds as well to see which can work. So that's the bear trap. Let me close this first, otherwise if one butterfly gets in, that's it. It will lay its eggs and completely destroy the crop. So here, I've closed it well now. This bed, haven't decided yet what to do, but it's all cleaned. And again, that's for runner beans. The structure is for runner beans, and that bed is also prepared. Those are my strawberries in pots this time. I'm going to try them in pots. They started flowering, and some of them even have tiny fruits on them. Instead of fruiting, this one is giving out some runners. Not sure what's happening, but some of them are fruiting. They're all different varieties. So this is Elegance. The other one is Cambridge Favorite. So they're all different varieties. This bed is full of turnips. They're being munched. The leaves are being munched, but they have germinated really well. I'm not sure what happened here, because I sowed seeds all over the bed and only the center ones have germinated. So in this bed, we've cleaned. This was 2 beds, we made it into 1. 2 short beds, we made into 1 long bed. Now on the side of that bed, we have a Ronica berry. I've never eaten one, so I'm very interested to see how it will be this year. It's flowered nicely. Tiny flowers actually, so I'm expecting the fruits to be tiny. I've tried one of the year, and I think I ate it too early before it became ripe, and it was very bitter. These 2 beds raised so that the tire and the container was supposed to be carrots. So I've sown 1 set of carrots seedlings, and none of them are there now because the slugs ate all of them, because we are sure we have seen the seedlings in both of them, but the slugs have eaten. So I've sown 1 more set. Let's see what happens. This is raspberry bush with some raspberries on it. It's late this year, quite late for the raspberries actually. These raspberries on my allotment number 1 does fruit quite early, but this year, because of the weather, it's very late. Going into the greenhouse, it will look very busy. There's loads of seedlings in here. So that's a chili. All are different varieties of chili in the greenhouse. This is little sunflower. They're in pots. This is scarlet kale, the purple color leaf. This is birdside chili. This is an overwintered plant, so it looks sick now, but it will pick up. These are my squashes. So this is black courgette, or rather the dark green variety. So there's 3 of them. And this is the green courgette. Only 1 has germinated out of 4 seeds. This is the round Nizza, D Nizza variety. So it's round and green, and I think 3 have germinated. And here is the yellow courgette. I think all 4 germinated in this one. And this is yellow scallop, and that is pattypan. They're very late in germination. All of them were sown at the similar time, but that's a very weak seedling, so I'll pull that out. Moving to this one, this is pumpkin. So that's an orange pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, I think. This is, I've sown 4 and got 3 germinated. This is a green variety, green pumpkin. So if you look at my April sowing video, I've shown all the seed plants, the seeds I'm going to sow. That's butternut squash. So each time I sow 2 seeds into every container, 1 as a backup if the other does not germinate. So in this case, I sowed 2 and only 1 germinated. But in the green variety, I sowed 4 and all 4 has germinated. So I might use 2 and then donate the other two somebody else. This is sweet pepper mohawk, I think. This is Brussels sprouts, the green Brussels sprouts. It was a mistake. I sowed too many seeds and I've transplanted 20 into individual ones. I still have more. These are some kind of climbing beans from my home country, back home. The seeds were given to me by my friend. That's atomic chili, Hungarian wax chili. That's Hungarian, that's from Wilco. So I haven't planted them. I'll probably plant them soon. That is Fresno. This is jalapeno, and that must be, I'm not sure what chili that is, but that's a spicy one. A new plant I'm trying this year is Galia melon. Every year I try one new plant, and this year the plan is for this to go along this fixed structure. So I'm going to follow Charles Downing's method, where he lets the plant climb up a structure so the fruit is raised. That is my only aubergine. It's pinstripe variety. This is frizz kale, gherkins, Mara kale. They're very healthy. I'm very happy with the leaf. There's quite a lot of seedlings. Cucamelon, I sowed 12 seeds, only one germinated. I'm very disappointed. This is another aubergine which the slugs ate them. I think this is purple beans. It was donated, it was given to me by my allotment neighbor. So I think this is purple because stem is purple, and those are the normal French beans. Now the abysmal germination of sweet corn. Only 3 germinated, and compared to the healthy runner beans next to it. That is sweet potato and a green variety of tomato, a new one I'm trying this year. There's another tomato. Quite a lot of tomatoes. These tomatoes were given to me by my allotment neighbor. Those are an Indian. Oh, this one is honey boat squash. It was free seed for trial from Thompson and Morgan. So I've sown 4 and all 4 has germinated. This is uchiki curry, and a beautifully shaped squash, again a winter squash. You can see evidence of slugs. Luckily they haven't munched these leaves, so I'm okay with that. That's red basil. I don't know whether you can see there's tiny germinations in them. I'm struggling with basil and parsley this year. This is cosmos. They haven't germinated, or maybe they have. Yeah, they have one cosmos. Not really very, because there are some self-sown ones. This is Russian giant sunflowers. These will go as interplanting between squashes, and that's a Kerala bean. I don't know the English, the name for it. That bed is what we prepared for all the seedlings from the onion, and this structure will take all the climbing beans. So all the seedlings from the onion bed will be moved to this bed. So I will have Swiss chard and spinach throughout the winter. That's the plan, at least. So over the next couple of weeks we'll be moving the seedlings to that bed. Behind the last, at the end of the allotment, is Jerusalem artichoke. They're growing really well. I'm not quite sure what happened here. This is the 3rd year, and each year the artichokes are moving further behind. There's one in the center. I'm sure I had sown all around this little square, but for some reason they are germinating towards the back. This is lemon balm. Very nice to make tea. I've not used in cooking. If anybody knows how to cook with them, is it like normal mint, then please do let me know. So that's the allotment, or at least the allotment number 1 for the month of May. In the next part, I will be showing out what allotment number 2, and also transplanting runner beans. So see you soon. Stay safe.